Hi guys, this is Keerti, a biomedical engineer. In one of our previous video, we saw about ultrasound mission and its principle, working, block diagram and application. In today's video, we are going to see about troubleshooting of an ultrasound mission. Basically, what is troubleshooting? Troubleshooting is that if you find that your mission is not working properly, you have to identify the problem, where it has occurred, whether it is in the probe, monitor, or something else. Only if you identify the correct spot, you can troubleshoot and make the equipment work properly. And before getting into a full video, please subscribe to our channel Mr. Biomedical and press the bell icon so that you'll get notified about our upcoming videos. So now we are going to see common ultrasound mission problems. The first problem is power failure. So what causes power failure? Power failure is caused by a faulty power supply or blown fuse or in loose cables. So whenever you come to realization that this problem is occurred due to power failure, you have to check is that power supply is correct or and the cables are fitted correctly. And the second problem is probe detection error, which may happen due to the damaged connector pins or a software glitches. And poor image quality, which is the third problem which you might face, can result from an incorrect gain setting or a dirty transducer. If your transducer is dirty, you might get a poor image. And the next problem is system freezing is often caused due to a memory overload or an outdated firmware. And the next problem which is caused is overheating, which occurs because of a blocked vents or there will be having a cooling fan. Due to that failure of the cooling fan also, you'll troubleshoot a problem called overheating. And the next problem is printer connection issues, or usually related to network misconfiguration or a driver errors. So there is a step for a troubleshooting procedure. You cannot directly remove the equipment and see is there any damage inside the equipment. You cannot do that. The first step is, first you have to check for the power supply. You have to verify that outlet voltage and inspect fuse integrity and all. After you are checking everything is correct in the power supply, there is no problem in that. So next step what you should do is inspect the probe. So you have to check whether the connector pins are damaged or it occurred corrosion and all. Even there also you didn't find any problem, then only you have to go into a third step, which is you have to see image settings. So in the image settings of the monitor, you have to reset the gain values, depth values, focus values to a default values. Values means there will be a default value whenever on the time you get the equipment itself, the value is fed. That values are called default values. Even there is no mistake, then only you have to get inside the machine. Now you should check for a cooling or a network. You can clear the vents and confirm fan operation and test printer link and all. So there is a step-by-step procedure. You should not directly take a screwdrivers and equipments, remove the ultrasound machine, see is there anything damaged inside. No. First of all, you should check for a power supply and you should inspect the probe, and you can see the software issues or inspect the like in that monitor, like adjusting the image values and all, and then only you should verify inside the equipment. So at a regular time of interval, you have to maintain the preventive maintenance checklist. So what and all you have to see: daily cleaning, you have to wipe the surfaces using a disinfectant, and the probe disinfection. So as we are using probe for different patients, we have to disinfect the probe as well, and cable management, inspect the cables for a wear or coil properly. And the third one is calibration and servicing. Annual calibration should be made, and you have to like inspect the cooling system, and you have to do performance testing by running self-test, verify image quality and all. So why preventive maintenance is done? It reduces the unexpected downtime during clinical use. It extends the equipment's lifespan and protects investment, ensures the image quality and maintain the compliance with the hospital safety. And also every 6 to 12 month biomedical service inspection should be done. So here are the key takeaways. So what we have to respond quickly if there is any problem, and we have to maintain the preventive care properly, and patient safety is important. These are all the key takeaways. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you will not miss the upcoming videos. Please provide us a feedback what kind of videos you're expecting from us,